All right, so we talk a lot about being prepared, and part of that is being prepared with your vehicle. And I've got other videos on what I have in my vehicle, especially in various seasons like the wintertime or something. But there's two things that I think should be in every vehicle. And both of these things are by Auto One. And they sent these things to me for review. But the important thing about these is one is a tire inflator and the other is a jump starter. And I'd say probably the most two common issues and problems that people have are either a low or flat tire or a dead battery. And so these two things can help. So this is a vehicle that we just recently got for my daughter. It's a 2013 Honda CR-V. It should be okay, right? It's used, got a lot of miles on it, but I want to put these two things in my daughter's vehicle, and I want to show you about, talk about these and show you how these work. All right, so let me talk about this M4 jump starter first. So obviously it comes with, your cables here. You just put that into the side. This thing is also a battery bank as well. So you got USB output there, got USB-C input for charging it, and you got a light up here. So you power that on. So the light comes on, tells you your kind of battery charge. You push and hold, and the light comes on. And if I tap it, a strobe, SOS, and then back off. So it's a battery bank, it's a light, LED light, and of course a jump starter. Now this will do like 70 engine starts on one charge, and they recommend charging this thing like every 3 months or something. This will do all gas vehicles and also like 12-liter diesel vehicles as well. So a lot of options for something like this. And it has this kind of smart technology in it where it detects, obviously you put these on the battery terminals here. Make sure you get red to red, black to black, right? But it detects how much current your vehicle needs. And it's got a bunch of built-in safety features to prevent like overcharging and over voltage, over current, all that kind of stuff. But obviously it has the blinking lights right here, and so that means connect it to the battery. When it's solid green, that means it's ready to start. So you put these on the terminals, it's ready to start. If it's solid red, it's kind of either low capacity, something like that. And if it's solid red and beeping, that means there's some kind of problem, short circuit or overheating or something. So this thing comes with like a 2-year warranty as well. So 12 volt, 8,000 amp peak current, and I think it's like 59.2 watt hours of capacity. So it's it's really, really solid. I've got other ones like this, but for the number of charges you can get for your engine, like I said, up to 70, my other one only does like 2 or 3, and then I've got to recharge it. So it just lasts a really, really long time. So to have something like this in your vehicle, like I said, this one's going in my daughter's vehicle, but if she gets a dead battery, and there's no one else to jump her off or something, she's stranded somewhere, having something like this in the vehicle, I think is really, really important if you want to be prepared, being a good provider and protector. So dads, husbands watching this, make sure one of these is in your wife, your daughter's vehicle. And let me show you this case that it also comes with. So it comes with a nice case, and you can put those cables in here. Here's how you charge it with that. And then you just put that in there. Obviously a quick guide right here. So that kind of tells you all you need to know. So that just kind of goes in there as well. So this is really cool. Highly recommend it. So let me talk about the tire pump now. All right, so let me talk about this tire pump right here. So this is what it looks like out of the case. By the way, in this case, obviously you've got your little manual. But one thing is kind of cool in here. You've got various kinds of valves that it comes with. So obviously for bicycle, basketball, other kinds of, if you're pumping up some kind of, I don't know, something for the pool, but it has a nice little pouch inside of this. So that's kind of cool. Let me show you this. So you pull this part out, it just kind of fits in there, pull that out, and then this screws in right here, and then you push and hold on. And by the way, this also serves as a backup battery bank as well, and has a flashlight on top. So like the jump, that jumper that I just showed you has the same kind of features on this as well. So it's kind of cool. All right, so here's what this looks like on the top. The top is your reading. So when I screw this into the tire up here, that will give me the actual PSI. And then down here is your desired, you know, what you want it to go to. So it's set at 40 right now. So I can also adjust that. There's plus and minus right here on the side. I can adjust that up or down. You can see the numbers going up. So I did look at this tire right here, and PSI, the recommended PSI on this is 44. So I can set that to 44. This will go up to 150 PSI. And I'll show you how this operates. Because this is low. I just tested it or checked it. You can also go down, or you can set different kinds of readings: kPa, kilograms, PSI, bar. I mean, so obviously I'm doing PSI right now. And you can also do different kinds of functions. So this is set for a vehicle. I don't know if you can see that right there. Vehicle. There's like a motorcycle, bicycle, you know, basketball or some kind of ball, that kind of thing. So anyway, you can cycle through what your desired, you know, what you're inflating. So and here's how this works. So I've already taken the cap off here, and all I got to do is screw this on there. All right, so that's on there now, and it's showing me a reading here of 30. So it's right now at 30 PSI. I might actually bump this down, because we're on gravel a lot, down to 40 PSI is my desired. And then all I gotta do is hit this power button up here, and it starts going. Now as that's going, it'll just kind of, it's not that loud, it'll just kind of do its thing, and when it hits 40, it'll shut off. So that's pretty nice. So I can go do other things if I need to. It does about 2 PSI per minute, so it's not slow, it's not terribly fast, it's just kind of, I think, a good average. So, but it's kind of nice, because sometimes we'll say, you know, my daughter has this, and she doesn't want to get a big old bike pump or something and just be doing this the whole time, you know, trying to get it, the tire pumped up. You know, she could just put that on, and it's pretty intuitive, pretty easy. So we'll let that go ahead and charge up, and not charge up, go ahead and inflate. And you can already see it's going up right here. So is it 29, 30, it's 31 now. And this will just go up by, not by the halves, but there's 32. And so we'll just come back to this in just a moment. And there we go. I can just unscrew this. And that's it. So when it reached my desired PSI, you know, it just shut off. So pretty handy. You know, one other thing I forgot to mention earlier too is that they say this will inflate up to, I think, 12 tires or something on a single charge, which is nice. That took about 4 minutes or so doing that just then. And by 12 tires, they're thinking somewhere between 30 and 36 PSI on that. So, but to have something like this that's very compact, you know, you can easily fit this in your vehicle somewhere, and it's not a problem. And so, you know, have that in your vehicle is going to be really nice. So, anyway, guys, I think this is maybe a must-have. If you don't want to just have one of those big tire pumps that, you know, you stand on and this kind of thing, having something like this would be really nice. Well, guys, I hope it's been helpful for you today, and I'll drop links for both of these things down below. But maybe you have other thoughts or other tips, or maybe even other products you think should go in a vehicle for emergencies or something like that. And, you know, drop those down in the comments as well. But thanks so much for your support for us and for our channel, and we'll see you on the next video.